You can never become a profitable trader unless you understand exactly what we're about to talk about in this conversation. You see, I get it. People sometimes tell me, Cliff, why is it that I have the perfect strategy, yet I still find myself not following my trading plan? Why is it that I know that this strategy works? And even if I'm practicing it on a demo, it's working. But when I come to the live account, it seems not to be working. Cliff, why is it that, I can't stop myself from removing the stop losses when it's about to hit? I get all these questions a lot, and I tell people this all the time. You need to fix your mind to fix your trading. They ask me, what do I mean? And I get it. Probably your mentor has talked about trading psychology in a way that is not beyond an abstract concept. And that is why on this channel, what we talk about is beyond an abstract concept. I am not just telling you things in an opinion way. I'm actually telling you things from an experience for you to understand that you can actually transform this mind of yours to become a profitable trader. You see, you have heard me probably saying this before, but let me say it again. Don't pretend you understand. The same knife we used to cook is the same knife someone can use to hurt someone. There is no problem with the knife. It is the mindset holding the knife. Okay? The same way you have heard me saying this before, that if you want to become a soldier, I just don't give you ammunitions and guns. If you come to me right now and tell me, Cliff, I want to become a soldier, I just look at you, I give you guns, ammunitions, every single arsenal you need, uniform, whatever. You don't become a soldier automatically. You are just a civilian with ammunitions or arsenals that makes you dangerous. All right? I need to transform your mind. All right? The commander needs to transform your mind so that you can become a soldier. The same thing here. It takes 7 years for a medical doctor to become a doctor by going to medical school. What makes you think you can use 6 months, 4 weeks, whatever, to become a trader? It doesn't work like that. And from the bottom of my heart, until you understand exactly what we're about to talk about here today, you will never be able to become a profitable trader. It's as simple as that. Trading is not complicated, but it's difficult. It's difficult because the mental component part, a lot of traders don't have that. Today, I want to do something very special. So I told my, the community, the TP family, I said, look guys, I'm about to record a masterclass, but I want to do something special. Ask me any question you want, and I will go through it, and then we'll talk about that to see how it goes. I'm going to take it one by one. I may not be able to take all the comment, okay? Quite a lot. But just follow through so that you can learn something. This person is called Realist Trace. He said, how to get disciplined to resist from entering a trade when you know you shouldn't. You see, normally the problem with this is not necessarily that you are a bad person or you are an indisciplined person. That is not what I would say. Words are very powerful. I always tell people this, that don't say I am not disciplined. If you keep on saying I don't know why I'm not a disciplined trader, you will never become one. You need to start affirming in a different angle. I am a disciplined trader, and then you see yourself being disciplined. But most importantly, one of the reasons why, okay, Realist Trace, listen to me carefully now. One of the reasons why you may find yourself not sticking to what you said you would do may not necessarily be because you are bad. It can sometimes be because of what I call the realities of life. Realities of life is when you have bills to pay, when you have rent due. Let's say you have to support a family, a mother, a father, maybe a sibling, it doesn't matter. It's real problems here. So even though that you know that you have to stay away from this trade, your brain, the defensive mechanism part is telling you, listen, man, you are a good trader. You hit two take profit yesterday. What if this goes there as well? So your brain is going to convince you to let you feel that you may win this trade, and so don't let it go. And the dangerous part is, imagine if you tell yourself, hey, I'm going to stay away from this trade, all right? I'm not going to take it. I'm being disciplined because Cliff said we should be disciplined. And you actually try to be disciplined. And that move actually goes into that direction. Next time, you are going to be angry at yourself and say, if I wish I would have taken this trade, right? So I get that people say, hey, Cliff, I cannot resist myself from entering a trade when I shouldn't. I always make this analogy, and I hope everybody watching this is 18 years. Listen to this carefully now. If let's say you were a woman or you were a lady and you don't want to have, any encounter with any man, you don't want to sleep with any man before you get married, but all the time you keep on hanging out in a man's room. Let's say, for example, you are not supposed to go to this guy's room and you went to this guy's room. And when you were going, you were told, don't go to this guy's room. You're like, no, don't worry, nothing will happen. Okay, great. You go to this guy's room and then he touches you, okay? When he touches you, that moment, it's not about whether you were a good girl or a bad girl. It's about your body and the reactions. If you start getting chemicals into your body, you will react to those touch. So the best thing to do, what is the best thing to do? The Bible says, flee. He didn't say negotiate. The Bible didn't say try to kick the guy out. He said flee. Run away from situations like that. Same thing here. When it comes to you not being able to resist not taking trades, flee. When you take the 2 trades, close that laptop and walk away. Walking away here does not mean that, and most times is because individuals or traders don't have anything else to do. Trading is all that you do. And as sexy as that may sound, when we say, hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm just only a trader. It sounds great, but it's not all the time great. Because if trading is all that you do, eventually it will start hurting you, like over trading. So 2 advice I want to give to you. Number 1, anytime you finish trading, close that laptop and walk away. There is one thing I used to do back then, is every single time I finish trading a particular asset or in a particular time, I delete the app from my phone and I only download it when I'm about to work again, whether the next day or whatever. It may sound like, Cliff, that's complicated. When it comes to trading, whatever you have to do to survive, you gotta do it. Now the next person is P.G Academy. I hope I got it right. A very long comment, but I'm gonna try to summarize it. I want to say a big thank you to for being a community member. Ever since I subscribed to your channel and watch your videos, I must confess. Okay, great. I'm gonna skip to the part where I can help. How do I become a patient as a trader? Okay, so how do you become patient? I get it now. Okay, so I get a question. How does he become patient? Listen, if you are struggling to become a patient trader, again, it's attitude problem. You see, patience is not about waiting. Patience is the attitude in which you wait. Let me say it again. When we say somebody is a patient individual, it's not about just waiting. You cannot just wait for something you don't understand. This is the biggest problem. When traders say, Cliff, I'm struggling to be disciplined or I'm struggling to be patient, I get it. But it's not about because you are impatient. It's because you don't understand why you need to be patient. Imagine yourself at the airport. And you woke up one day and went to the airport and they ask you, where are you going? I don't know. So you are going to start being impatient a little bit because number 1, you don't know what you're waiting for. You don't know your flight time. You don't know anything. Why? How are you going to even wait? All right. Which attitude are you going to wait with? So I always tell people this. Anytime you find yourself being impatient is something you don't know. Lack of knowledge causes impatience because when the conviction becomes strong enough, and you know that if you are able to be patient to wait for this and it will give you that, you will be patient. So anywhere in the trading space in your career that you are finding it difficult to be patient, it means that specific area, there is something you don't know. It's either you don't know why you should wait for this key level, or you don't know why you should wait for this reaction or this hypothesis. Find out why you feel being impatient, because you are not just impatient throughout. There are areas you are patient at. The areas you feel like you're not patient, find a way to be able to be patient. Okay? What do I mean by that? Find the knowledge, the missing gap, then learn, acquire that information. So what I mean by that before I move on is that if there is something you don't know, it's always going to let you feel restless. If I ordered for my meal and after 1 hour, no waitress is coming to tell me why I should wait, I'm gonna start to think my food is not coming. Me being impatient at that moment does not mean I'm not a patient individual. It just means I don't know what I am waiting for. So being patient as a trader is not necessarily about just waiting. You need to know why and what you are waiting for. Very important you understand this. So PG Academy, thanks for commenting and I really appreciate you. My Niger people, I really appreciate you guys. Now let's go to the next question. He says, that is Parable Trader. He says, if you aim for 3-hour trade and the price almost hits your 3-hour target and reverses, you see 2-hour but didn't close then 1 hour. Okay, I get your question now. So you are basically just saying, let's say you targeted 1:3 risk to reward ratio and the trade almost got there but it didn't get there, and so you didn't take no profit and it came back to hit your stop loss. So what then are you going to do about that next time, right? Okay, so the reality is, because you are a speculator and you're speculating, the truth is you are not always going to know what the market is going to do. All right, you're not always going to know. In fact, you will not always know what the market is going to do. You're just following a game of probabilities. You just want to understand that, hey, listen, you know what? This market, I've taken this certain kind of trades 10 times, and every single time it hit my third reward. Okay, my third target 7 times, 3 times, sometimes TP2 and reverses. Only you know this from your journal. All right, but one thing that you need to understand is this: is that choosing to follow a system does not necessarily always mean that you're going to win. So what do I mean by that? A bad trade is not a trade that hit stop loss, and a good trade is not a trade that hit TP. In fact, you can hit TP for a bad trade and you can hit a stop loss for a good trade. A bad trade is a trade you didn't plan to trade, and a good trade is a trade you plan to take, even if you hit TP or not. it's still a good trade. Does that make sense? I want you to understand this, that yes, you planned your risk to reward every single thing on point. It almost hit your TP3. It didn't. It reversed and hit your stop loss back. The issue here is number one, risk management. And number two, the ability to still follow that regardless of however it's looking. So what I always tell people is this, that when you hit TP1, you always need to cash out something. TP2, you always need to cash out something. If you're going to let it ride, you always need to preserve your capital at the entry point. So what I mean by that is this, is that if you have, let's say, 0.10, all right, lot size, and if you hit TP1, at least close a significant amount of lot size. Then let it go to TP2, close another part of the lot size, and bring your stop loss to entry. Let the trade now ride. Okay? In that case, that is a risk management system to follow a system so that you can be consistent regardless of however the reactions are in the market from time to time again. Now, I'm going to take one more of this and then we'll take it out from there. This is from Teacher So Marcela. I hope I got the name right. If I didn't get the name right, please come and correct me in the group. You started trading in 2022 when you were like 16 years old. Congratulations, that is a long time ago. So at first you avoided lessons because they felt boring, but as time went by, you finally fell in love with them. You focused on demo account and so on and so forth. By December, you were confident enough to go live starting with £20 and flip it to 120 in a single day. But when you tried to withdraw, they wouldn't approve it. That experience made you fear trading live account. So now in 2023, he said, I got caught in a false breakout and blew my account. Ever since, I've avoided live trading and stuck to demo account. I hate blowing account. It's been hard to regain the confidence I had before. What is strange is that I now struggle to trade small account effectively, something I knew back in 2022. Could it be that my mind has gotten used to trading with larger demo balances that are in mine? And also I was young. Okay, I get your question now. So you are stuck in the area of basically not knowing how to go back to smaller account. Now, the problem is not whether the account is big or the account is small. You just need to understand your stage in life, okay? So everybody's journey is different, and success is the progressive realization of a wealthy ideal. So only you know what success means to you. Only you know what your current life is all about now. Only you know how much you really have. And so it is not really whether if you feel like trading a bigger account or you don't like or you feel you can't trade a smaller account. It's more about understanding that, hey, you know what? This is my current life right now. I don't like to trade smaller account because it's going to give me smaller money, but this is where I need to start from. I need to accept my reality and I need to face the consequences and I need to trade according to what I have. Eventually, my goal is to trade a bigger account. And while you are trading a smaller account, you are imagining yourself trading a bigger account. Eventually, what you will realize is that something will start happening to your mind to let you see. And it's good. It will let you start to see that, hey, you know what? This is where I'm going, but it's where I have to start from. This is where I'm going, but this is where I have to start from. Everybody start from somewhere. It is very important to understand that. So I want you to eliminate that fear of, hey, you know, to be able to give you, an assurance for you to know you're not alone. I'll never forget my first broker that I opened with, they collapsed. I had all my money in there. It collapsed and it gave me the same fear. But you see, one of the first things that I always tell people is that you are afraid because of what you don't know. Knowledge is everything. So what do I want you to do right now? I want you to go to a platform called brokerchooser.com. I'll repeat it again, brokerchooser.com. When you go to this platform, it's going to help you to find the right broker that will help you. Okay, you personally, your country you are in, if it's regulated and all of that. So the homework I want to give to you specifically is I go and do some research on what makes a good broker, and then it will start to eliminate the fear from there. Okay, so let's do that. Let's get practical and fix that part of our mind. Now listen, guys, I wish I could take so many comments from this place, but I can't right now. What I will say is that, listen to me, guys, that every single problem you think you have, they all have a solution. Some of them may be rewiring your mind. Some of them may be lack of knowledge. Some of them may be your environment. But whatever the reason may be, as long as you have subscribed, you guys have subscribed to be on this platform, to learn every single day, I'm going to try to do my best to make sure I give you materials, information, and things that will make sure you guys are reaching the goals that you guys want. There is so many things and so many things planned in this community. You guys are gonna love it. All right, you guys are gonna love this community very well with the kind of things we have coming up. I'm tempted to give some of the announcement right here, but I'm gonna change my mind. So let's just leave it as it is, you know, and if anything happens, we'll communicate with you guys effectively into the comment section part. All right, so thank each and every single person for commenting. I mean, I'm super glad that I could help. We're going to be doing this more often, at least once or twice every single month, where I answer you guys back and forth in the video, and you get shout outs in the video as well. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to somebody who probably is struggling with the same thing as well. And then also in the next masterclass, we're going to be talking about why traders struggle to be disciplined and how you can become a disciplined trader. Because if you don't understand that conversation we're about to have, you can never become a disciplined trader. See you guys in the next video.